Hey y'all, this is Foxy. I'm gonna tell y'all about how this morning I dragged myself out of bed after my feet and my shoes had a little talk about whether we're gonna laze around today or get up out the doggone bed and do something. So my shoes won. We went on out for a bike ride. I got 1 mile up the doggone road. I looked down, both of the tires are flat. I get pissed. And I'm like, which one of them doggone children of mine then sat there and flattened my tires? Now, because I was upset, it seemed like the sun was just on me twice as hot. But of course, it's just my anger. Your anger makes you do things that you normally wouldn't do. You have to watch your emotions at all times. You can't let them control you. But as I'm riding that bicycle, sweating a little bit more than I probably would have been normally, I'm figuring out what I'm saying. You're already rehearsing in your mind, what you're saying. Then I have to try to calm yourself down because that anger, like I said, it can get to you. Go park the bike in the garage. Yeah, for them jokers to come out the room, and of course they're dragging themselves up out of the room because it's about 8 something, and it's Sunday. They don't want to get up that early on Sunday, and there's no food cooked. But as I get through with my little rant, Cass One, my son, just calmly says, "Your bike was locked up. You locked your bike up." I know I locked the bike up, but I also know that before I locked the bike up, somebody was riding my bicycle at least 10 miles across town after I said, "Don't touch my bicycle." It was a Christmas gift, and I locked it up because not only because I heard that China had rode across town, but I understand that my kids haven't had the privilege of working hard for something and spending their hard-earned cash on something they really want, and to have somebody else mess it up. You got to know your kids. You got to know the kind of things that they do. Some people may say, "I don't like myself." Well, every household is different. I want to keep my stuff in a particular pristine condition. Now I do understand you don't ride your bike for a while, the tires will go down. But my point is, you don't want to put yourself in a position to say, "I had anything to do with those tires being flattened," like riding the bicycle across town when you were told not to mess with the bicycle. I didn't cook anybody any breakfast. I cooked myself breakfast. Like I said, I was still hot, and I was trying to calm myself down. And as I'm in the room, and I'm trying to get this little second Facebook page together, I think about Moses in the Bible. Now, whether you believe in the Bible literally or spiritually, psychological, doesn't matter. The lesson is still there. He sat there and he hit that rock with anger. And God says, "You know what? You did that in anger. You're not going to see the promised land." So I got to thinking about that. I said, calm down. Because things seem to not be working right. So I'm hitting the doggone keyboard. Like, me hitting it harder is not going to make anything go any faster. It wasn't doing anything but hurting this little finger. That's it. And I said to myself, okay, what can you learn from this? What can you learn? And I thought, just as my kids are my kids to me, I am a kid still to God. Allah, Krishna, Buddha, whatever you believe in, the universe, doesn't matter. Same thing. Somewhat. I don't want any emails. Somebody, it's not the same. It's not the same. Okay, whatever. But what I can get from that is that God also in my life has kept things locked up. Sometimes things are kept from you because you're not ready for them at that moment. Sometimes you're tempted for this and that. You have certain desires, but you're not responsible enough to take it on. You may want that big two-story house across the street that's 10,000 square foot, but guess what? He already knows that 5 months down the line, you're going to get laid off and you're not going to get a job for another year. God always sees things in a higher position than we do. He sees the whole puzzle. We only see in little pieces. We have to be patient when things are locked up for me. The same way I lock things up for my kids, the bicycle, because I understand that they don't understand responsibility of something like that. God does the same thing to us. So that was my lesson for the day. Even though I already know these things, but sometimes things happen in your life to remind you of things you already know. It brings it back to memory. So I don't know. Hopefully the next time I face something that I feel like I really want, I remember this story. If you feel me, chat with me. Ciao for now. Later.